Freeway. My name is David J. Atwood. I am the man rocking the Ray-Bans. And today, I know it's been a while, and I apologize. I know for all the people that have been, vigilantly following me and keeping apprised of what's going on. I apologize for not keeping that content up every single day. Because I know that in the beginning when I started this, that was kind of the promise. But with, honestly, there was this convention that I'm putting on right now, and it is a time suck. And not only is it a time suck, not only is it taking all my time, it's also taking a lot of my mental and emotional energy out of me, which I find actually is really the most amazing. So when you are doing a project that's really big, it's really important to chunk it up, prioritize, and get things done right away. Get them off the plate as soon as possible, but keep a track of what you are talking about and what you're saying to other people, number one. Number two, if at all possible, bring in a partner. Gabby started to realize I was kind of sinking a little bit, trying to keeping on top of everything. Because when the thing is, when you're doing a project this big, like I'm doing right now, you have two types of people that are on your list. The type that don't respond when you need to at all. They just don't respond, period. They don't keep in contact. They don't let you know what's going on, just to keep you, and give you an idea what I'm dealing with. I have one guy who is, who just for some reason just does not want to give me his flight number. He's coming into Victoria for this convention. And I keep saying, I need your flight number. I need the time you're going to land. And for the longest time, I just couldn't get a hold of him. He wouldn't respond. And then on the flip side, you get other people who are on you every day for every little detail, really monopolizing your attention and your time. Those are the two that you have to deal with when you're doing something of this magnitude. So Gabby saw that I was kind of struggling a little bit, and she stepped up. And God bless her, she stepped up and she just took a hold and started being the liaison between me and the talent, which really was the biggest hurdle for me. And she started hey, introduced herself, took charge. My point with all this is that if you take on a project or a business or even a new job, you really need to surround yourself with the right people. And I will never, ever stop harping about how important that is, because so many people just, if you surround yourself with the wrong people, it could be deadly, detrimental to your development or your success in whatever you're doing. In the beginning, I was surrounding myself with what I thought was the right people, and it turned out to be, they're very negative. And think about this though, if you're told the whole time, you can't do it, you can't do it, you can't do it. And imagine, go back to your parents saying, oh, you'll never be a millionaire, you'll never own a property, you'll never get the chances because those days are gone. You're not ever gonna be, in this country, blah, 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 always negative, negative, negative. Now imagine you trying to actually make something of yourself and say, okay, well, I'm going to start a business. Oh, that's so risky. That's so dangerous. You don't want to start a business. Just go work at a job, work for somebody else. Imagine if you had someone on your team that was like, that's inspiring. That's amazing. What can I do to help you on this path, on this journey? How can I make it easy for you? What roadblocks can I get out of the way for you so I can be witness to your amazing success? It's a whole different concept. When you're surrounded by people that say you're doing it wrong, you're making mistakes, you should have done this, you should have done that, why didn't you do this? When you're around those people, and I literally had someone laugh at me. They asked me what the budget was for this project, and I said, well, I don't have those numbers in front of me, but kind of really we're not really working with a budget right now. And he started laughing at me. Instead of saying, well, how can I help? What can I do to help? How can I give me those numbers so I can work with you a bit? Totally different mindset. So I was around these people that were very negative, and then at one point they're all like, it's not going to work. We're going to pull the plug, cancel before we lose too much money. And we were already into it for a couple of $1,000s. So when you're around those people, you just want to pull out. You want to pull out and get out as quick as possible. And then what happened was I ended up getting in a conversation with someone, and he said, listen, we're going to do this. Let's get some solutions happen. Let's make it happen. And he sat down with me, and I may have even talked about this before, but within 5 minutes, instead of him saying, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do this? Like berating me, he was there going, let's find a solution. Let's see what we can do. Let's see where we're at and what things we can do, because we've got a great skeleton, Dave. So let's push forward. The attitude, the tone, the empathy, all that stuff was so different from what I was seeing before, and it made such a difference in my mental and emotional state. So I was able to push through. And when that happened, I started to see things differently. So one of the things I saw was, okay, let's switch hotels, because the hotel I was with was pretty expensive, and it wasn't a great hotel. It wasn't this amazing, fantastic hotel. It was a 3-star at best. And so I thought, well, let's just see if we can find another hotel and still keep within the parameters of what I need to make this work. So I found another hotel. And one of the things that this compatriot said to me was, let's negotiate with the hotel and get a better deal. And I didn't know you can negotiate with hotels, so I did that. Got a better deal, got a way better deal for what I needed, and we were able to pull it down and make it work. It wasn't going to be the convention that I had in my mind, but now it was something. It was possible, and it was working, and that was the big deal. That was the real nub of it all. Was now we had something that was going to work, and it was that positivity that made such a difference. And like I tell people, it's really, really important when you are considering doing anything at all, that you be, for Christ's sake, that you be, make sure you surround yourself with the right people. If you surround yourself with people that can't visualize you being a success, or you getting out of the rut you're in, and all they want to do is take the safe road and cancel the project, or get a job making a little bit less, but at least it's safe. If you're around those people, you are never going to be you're going to be fighting them as well as everything else. Because think of all the things you have to fight when you start a business. And I'm just using my convention as an example, but there's so many elements I'm fighting against. Time is one of them. Money constraint, financial constraints. Heck, parking is even one of the problems I have. Communication. There's all these things that you're fighting against without having to fight against the negative people in your life that are saying it'll never work. And that's kind of the thing that I think is really important when you are doing a project or starting a business or trying to do anything that is more than just sitting there and collecting a paycheck. Let's go, people. Come on. You guys got this. There you go. There you go. Holy moly. Crazy traffic this afternoon, folks. Yeah, it's, school's back in session. It's the fall. Everyone's racing to get home. And it's insane. But I cannot stress enough how important it is to be around people that are positive and energetic. And if they're not even the ones that, it doesn't have to be positive, like super positive. It's just, it has to be people that are not telling you that you can't do it. And I think that's the thing, is like, you're not looking for people you're not looking for cheerleaders. I just say, I have a rule when it comes to driving, and it's a really simple rule. Gabby really doesn't like it too much, but my rule for driving is very, very straightforward. It is one rule, and that is, if you're gonna go slow, that's fine, just get out of my way. Don't get in front of me and then go slow. And I think that's the same thing when it comes to people who are negative about anything that you want to do in life. Like, say you wanted to be a professional singer, and it was like, oh, someone like, oh, it's so risky, it's so right. You know what? Get them out of your way. Get them out of your life as quickly as possible, because it's those people that are going to be there, and they're going to point and say, see, I told you so, every time something goes wrong, every time there's an issue, every time somebody you get ripped off from a gig, or an agent doesn't hire you, or whatever the case is. You are constantly going to be having those people reinforcing the negativity. And that's where you don't want that in your life. You don't want the reinforcement of bad. You want someone to be positive and give you that energy. So important. I'm going to let it go at that point, but I've just found myself that being around super positive people, bespoke your what do they call them? The group of friends. What do they call them? There's not compatriots, cohorts. Bespoke your cohorts. Tailor it to what you need. And if they're not doing exactly what you want to be doing, if they're not, super wealthy people, or they're not super, they're not into professional athletics, or they're not, whatever the case is, just make sure that the people that are in your life are at least positive and helpful and uplifting. Because the last thing you want to do is to be surrounded by people that are bringing you down, keeping you at their level, to make sure that you don't leave their world. Really, really important. Bespoke your cohorts. I like it. Tailor it to what you need for the moment. And if someone's negative, cut them out. And you know how easy it is to cut them out? You just stop talking to them. They send you a message, say, I'll get back to you. And then don't get back to them. You don't have to have a formal, breakup. Just slowly start devoting your time to people that are more with your mindset, the positive mindset that keeps moving forward and starts looking for possibilities rather than problems. Anyways, folks, thanks so much for listening. It's really great to be back. We are at 4 o'clock this afternoon, right about now, and I can see that really quickly we're going to get back into the dark here. Daylight savings is coming up, so I don't know what we're going to do for the next while, but we're going to do our best to keep going and get these videos out there. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you're listening to right here, hit a thumbs up and subscribe. That's always great. If you don't like what you're listening to, you think I'm giving bad advice, throw something in the comments. Let me see it. Tell me what you feel. Make sure you check out financialfreeway23.ca. That's where all the good stuff is. And as I always say, spread the word, because it is our mission here at Financial Freeway to make sure that everyone understands that they have the inalienable right to live a life of success, happiness, and abundance. Thank you, and wherever you are in this world, God bless.